What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. Been a minute since I've been able to hop on and create a video, but here we are, and when I can, and that's what I'll get out for you. I've managed to make it up to nearly 160 million might, which is pretty high to have no kills, which I'm trying to solve here within this video or the next one, depending on how quick it goes. So I'm going to get right into things. Now, where we last left off, I went over here and we talked about the infantry gear, and I had this going a little bit. Since then, I've done a little bit more on the cavalry and range. This isn't filled out by any means, but this is in the video, in the video description. I have it shared right here, so anyone with the link should be able to access this, and I put the link inside my description, so you should be able to copy that, paste it in your browser, and navigate to see this for yourself if you would like. But in the last video, I left you, little screenshots of each one so that we could be on the same page. Now, I did go through and I got cavalry and range, but not to any extensive information. I mostly left out even like the champion gear, and I left out the monsters, so we won't know what's conflicting quite yet. This will become more useful for later users, I suppose, but it takes time to build and time is limited. So if you're interested, reach out and maybe we'll chat on some kind of platform, and I don't know, eventually I could use some moderators for this kind of content if you're interested. But if not, I wouldn't waste my time either. Obviously, I don't. In any case, this will eventually get built one way or another, so you can plan on seeing this at some point in time, because I find it useful all the way up to my billion might account. I could still look at this chart and use it, and I'm glad I'm building it here for my smaller account. And what it helps me prevent me from doing, let's just hop in the account. And one big thing I will say, in my main account, when you look at my cabinet, I have stuff popping up at me all the time with exclamation marks saying, hey, upgrade me, upgrade me, upgrade me. And I don't always want to look at that stuff, and I haven't actually taken the time to go through and delete all the stuff that doesn't matter, because I don't necessarily know what does and doesn't matter until now. Now that I've built this Excel spreadsheet, or I mean not Excel, it's a Google spreadsheet, Google Sheets. Now that I built this out, though, I'll be able to go back and say, okay, I really don't need this piece of equipment, or I think I should keep this. I'm glad I built it and whatnot. And then that's going to help save me a lot of time, and hopefully it'll save you guys a lot of time. So let's get back into what we're actually going to build today. Starting out, I'm going to go over here and did my cavalry, and we built infantry last time, or at least I started showing you some of how I was working through this, and I'm going to continue doing this for cavalry and range very quickly. If you look at my equipment, I have, let's go to my infantry gear. So I started building this. Now, I have to start out with these mystic boxes, which are really more meant for the familiar training. But what I really want is to use these ambrosial cups, but I have to be level 60, and I'm not quite to level 60 right now. I'm sitting at level 59, and I've still got a little ways to go. I'm 5 million of 21 million, so I've still got a little ways to go before I hit that level 60 mark, but I'm very excited for when I do that. Now, before I get sidetracked, I'm going to go back into the cabinet here, and I'm going to get all my equipment, and I'm going to go into my cavalry attack like I mentioned, and I'm just going to start out at white because we got to start out with that. And I'm just going to look here, and I'm going to say, okay, my cavalry gear, we have the Bumble Helm, Beast Helm, Orca Mask. The Bumble Helm and Beast Helm are going to be my top two. I know right off the bat, because this Orca Mask doesn't have a lot of ways to acquire the content yet, unless you're just buying packs. They came out with a new one. We'll jump into that detail a little bit more later, because it gets a little bit more in depth. But the basics is the basics are that the Orca Mask is new. So you don't have many ways of acquiring it except for if you get lucky when you fight it on the map, when you battle the Arctic Flipper on the map, then maybe you'll get the materials, if you're lucky, to build the Orca Mask. But that's going to take time. If you buy packs, same thing, right? And Beast Helm, Bumble Helm, these are the same. But Beast Helm, you're getting it in a lot more packs, the materials for that, and Bumble Helm, same thing. And with the Queen Bee, you also get the Kingdom Tycoon, which will give me additional materials to build that. And so that becomes valuable because I know that I can also gain a whole bunch of other stuff in pursuit of this particular piece of equipment. And so that's kind of how I'm thinking through this stuff, just to give you a little insight. Bumble Helm, Beast Helm, Orca Mask, I've got them in that order very specifically, not only because the attack makes sense in that way, but I kind of go through, and that's how I'm thinking through each one of these, because sometimes I'm going to pick number 3 over number 1 just based on that same kind of process of information. Now, that said, let's go back over, and let's look at the helmet and Beast Helm, Bumble Helm. Here we go. Both of these are going to be level 60 equipment, and I'm still going to build them up. Even though I'm not level 60, even though I can't use them yet, I don't want to accidentally later use the materials for these doing something else when I know that these are what I want. And I'm always going to start infantry personally when I'm doing this. And that's why you saw me build that equipment first. You might want to start out with your cavalry or your range, just depending on the type of troop that you want to build out the strongest. So for me right now, I'm focused on infantry, and I'm going to make them kind of the strongest first. And then if there's materials that interfere, then I know that I've already built out the strongest for the troops that I want to be the strongest. If that makes sense. If it doesn't, send me a comment and I'll clarify down there. So, the Bumble Helm, I'm just going to forward, boom, I'm going to fast forward here. We're going to get this party going, and I don't normally like to use a whole bunch of speed ups for materials like this, but it makes for kind of a boring video, if I'm being honest, if I don't speed it along here. And if I skip this, you won't kind of see what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, etc. Let's see. That's going to be it as far as that one goes. So, I've got a blue Bumble Helm. And now I can go on to the main hand. And so now the main hand, we're going to say, okay, Eon X. I already know that gorilla is incredibly hard. That's why I had that difficulty there. Same reasoning that I walked you through before, and I'm not going to waste your time going through it again, but that's the same exact reason that I'm going to skip the Eon X. The Horn Cudgel, I think, is actually a good one. So that's very likely the one that I build. Let's check it out. So there it is, right there at the top, 14, over the Kraken's anchor, and the Horn Cudgel is 14. So let's go down to white and forge that one. Same kind of deal. Looks like we'll get this one all the way up to, let's see, it's going to go to purple now? Or is it going to gold just now? Oh, it just went to gold. Very beautiful. And gold is all the higher I can get that at the moment. But boom, that took my cavalry attack up 30%. That's amazing. And we haven't even put in the jewels yet. Alright. So next, I'm going to do the offhand, and then I'm going to work my way around. I'm going to do the offhand, I'm going to do the armor, and then I'm going to do legs, and I'm going to do the accessory. I went here, 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 here. And the reason I'm telling you that is that's because it's how it's organized here. When you look at the main column, helmet, main hand, offhand, armor, legs, accessory. I went in exactly that order. So as you're scrolling through here, that would be your best order of picking. And I'm realizing how unfortunately boring it would be for you to see me not only finish cavalry gear, but then sit there and work my way through range gear. Now, I think you get the point, but what I did want to do before I end this video is actually give you at least a view, so that if you're not interested in grabbing that link and coming here, at least you have a good view of each one. So that's what I'm going to do to finish this video. If you like the video, give me a like. I appreciate when you guys watch this stuff from my heart. Seriously, I hope it's helpful. But if you do enjoy it, give me a like. That's one great way of letting me know, hey, you're doing all right, guy. And I appreciate it. All right, so that said, let's go through these very quickly. Give you a chance to pause on any screen. This is cavalry main hand, cavalry offhand, cavalry armor. Maybe I didn't give you enough time there. And then legs and accessory. And then let's go range, helmet, main, off, armor, legs, accessory. And hopefully that'll help you get at least going on some of your choices. I think what's going to be better is when I come back through and I just show you my cabinet of all the stuff that can be done. Oh, look at this. Wait. Isn't it already? Oh, I see. That's saying I can do that. And it does look like I can. So I was mistaken before. I thought I was looking at the right thing, but I was not. So right now I have it going to 30%. Boom. Okay. So now it's going to be 30%. And you can tell because you can't go any higher. And because it's gold in here. So I got a blue bumble helm and a gold horn cudgel. Cudgel? I don't know how to say that. Sounds hard to say 10 times fast. But I'm not even going to try. I'm going to call it good for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I appreciate you stopping in, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.